Alright, so I have the water exactly at 96 degrees Celsius, and I'm gonna put my plain coffee into that cup right here, but I think I'm gonna do that in the kitchen. So I actually found my last bag of plain coffee. They said they're going to be a sponsor for my Camino Santiago that is occurring very soon now. This is great because it's a big tea bag. They had come with a new blend, so hopefully they can actually send me the new blend because I'm empty. So leave it here for 30 minutes and you get a big cup of instant Americano, and it's actually pretty good. One of the best, I would say. So hopefully they can send me some new blends for a Camino Santiago, even though you can actually get coffee at the bars, but it might be some early mornings where all the cafeterias are closed and we need to have some kind of breakfast. So hopefully they can send me that. So it's April, and in 2 days in Norway it's gonna be the 15th of April, and that means no more bonfires. It's not allowed. Well, it's allowed if you know what you are doing and where you are doing it, but normally it's not allowed to make bonfires now outside. It's raining like crazy, and I'm about to have a birthday party here with the kids, so I don't have time for camping. So I figure out that this is a good time to actually take a look at my fishing gear, because in April, when the snow melts, I can start doing more fishing. I have received a new flying fishing Tenkara triple. This is Japanese way of fly fishing. So you actually need to sneak like a ninja and fly fish with the flies. And I got some line here, and I believe this is horse hair from the ass. And the rod, that is, to be honest, is one of the most impressive packing I have seen. It follows with a rod that is pretty big, and the packing on that is pretty impressive. Normally you have to buy this stuff. So this is how the rod looks. Let me see if I can start this. Check the little. It's 270 centimeters. That's as long as the other one that I have. So let me see. Wow. It's pretty far. It's even far more far than this, and it's super thin on the bottom, that I'm a bit skeptical on, to be honest. But it seems pretty durable. So alright, so here's where one of my items comes in handy, you know, where I'm fishing, because oh my, it's a bit, I need to be super careful when I'm, there we go. Yeah, you can actually get stuck. So this is the problem about the telescope's lines though. It is, I cannot even get inside the freaking rod. This is like the second time I actually put it out. Alright, so there is something there you can untap. Alright, so there is something there you can actually untap. Oh, okay, so you can change that. What the hell? Ah. Ooh, there, okay. So look how thin it is. This is the back thing. It helps you like untap the stuff. So you can actually exchange this. Super thin. Alright. Alright, so that's why you need to like test stuff at home, outdoors gear, before heading out outdoors, especially if you are new to something. So when the rod line stuck, you can actually back flush it. Well, I would call it back flush. I don't know if there are a specific name for it. In order to fix it, I'm just gonna talk while I drink coffee, because otherwise if I use time on that now, my coffee is gonna get cold. So why do I need a fly fishing? Well, this is one of those things though that I think when you are into fishing, I'm not a professional fisher, but I've been fishing since before I started YouTube. This is one of those things I really want to try, to be more in nature maybe with it. I'm a hunter normally, even though I don't hunt much lately. But I do like to fish more. It's kind of a hunting thing. You hunt for fish, fish for fish. And if you see at this magazine, I found a very good illustration that shows the trout fishing on the top, and you have the trout mostly in every other position there. So I've been basically fishing in the middle and sometimes on the bottom as well, but I've been not doing much of the trout on top. And with fly fishing I can do that more. Sneak on the top, try to fly fish and get the hang of this fly fishing that I'm looking forward for. I really love that it's super simple, but you're probably gonna need to be super careful with it, and super careful also with the stealth fishing. So that's my new ultralight setup, fly fishing. I don't think it weighs more than 400 grams, so it's super light. It's lighter than my telescope rod that I have here. And this is actually my second pair of the telescope rope. And the reel is the same that I've been having, but the rod actually broke on me. A bit more simpler, obviously, to deal with instead of the fly fishing stuff. It's ready to go here, as you can see, and it has a very thin nylon. This is the Shimano TP 3000. Recommended by Lars Monsen, and it's a great rod. It's a bit heavy though. The rod is okay, it's a telescope rod. It can break on you, like it did for me on the first expedition. And the thing is that I feel comfortable now enough with fishing that I bought one more because now I think it will last longer, but this kind of rod, it will break pretty easily. So I probably don't recommend fly fishing if you are a noob, because, well, maybe fly fishing because the fly fishing stays on top, but this actually sinks to the ground. It can actually get stuck and then your rod probably breaks. But this and the Tenkara is my ultralight setup. So the reel I've been changing between the main rod, and my main rod is the one that is here. This is a not a telescope one, so it will last a bit longer as well, and hopefully for many years. This is the Beastmaster. This is probably one of the best rods out there. I had tried the Troutmaster, whatever, before. It had break. So this is a more solid rod. I know this is stronger. It cost me more. And sometimes rods that cost you more, it won't last you for long as well. So you need to actually be looking for a solid rod, in my opinion. It's not super ultralight, and so you need to go on the side of the backpack. So this is my main rod with this reel here. So I exchanged those. So normally what I have done recently on bigger trips are having a main rod and a backup, and I did that on the expedition with the Troutmaster, the red one, and it broke because of the river. And I had the other one, telescope, that I use on reserve, and eventually that broke too. So this is actually my third main and my second telescope. So if you are outdoors a lot, fishing like me, things break, but you can't fix it exactly. When it comes to fishing rods, you're probably gonna need to buy a new one. So the only thing that's gonna help you there is experience and trial and fail, and eventually you will get there where you actually feel comfortable with the fishing. So this only have nylon lined. I'm not sure if there is another, and I have a sea salt. This is the first reel that I bought, and I'll be using for years, but I'm only using that for sea salt, and it has a fire line, because this can actually, I can throw it with my sea salt. This is way bigger and longer rod that is meant for sea salt at the shore. Might be a bit too long to have on the packraft, but I'm mainly using that with this, because it doesn't really matter if you need a cheap fishing reel when you are fishing outdoors. I have gotten a lot of mackerel with this, some cod, and a lot of fish with this. So basically it's not a bad rod, but it's not as good as the other one that is more sensitive. It doesn't make any sound. It is more sensible to smaller fish in fresh water, so it's pretty different to use both. So so for seawater as well, I have some lures, and mostly from a boat. I'll be using the Rapala. This one is I think we call it sill in Norway, and this one sinks right to the bottom. I have gotten a few mackerels with this. Actually quite a lot. I got a lot of mackerels with this blue shiny silver one. Almost the same with a little fly, but this one is a bit broken now. I have a lot of mackerel with that as well. Something to fish on the bottom. If I see any fish, I can imitate some kind of a worm here. Yeah, and that's basically my sea salt. So you really don't need much more than this. For the ultralight, if I'm bringing on the telescope and not want to fish, I don't have my vest, for example, with me, and I need not much weight, I would probably carry this little Dyneema pouch with some freshwater things, like what we call dupe. A little few lures here. For the dupe you're gonna need a hook. The hook looks like this, and it has some small teeth on it as well, so it's easier to attach the worm underneath here with the dupe hanging over. And basically you can also fish on the top of the water from here with this mostly. So the trout that is into trout eats everything, all from worms to flies to little fish to little crabs. Add a little weight and you just wait for that. So that's what I'm been using if I see the fish walking and I'm carrying worms. So I need to like buy worms and stuff, and that can be pretty expensive sometimes, so I don't normally use that, and therefore I want to use the fly fishing instead now in future trips. Right, so for deep, if I know I see fish in the water but it's not jumping, I'm probably gonna use something like this. This has a fly underneath, so it's great, and it's red and cover. We call it cover, gold, silver, cover. Well, I'm not sure. Bronze, I think it's called. Fly, and this will get me. And I want as small as possible, because that's when you're gonna get fish. If you have smaller lures, if you take the big ones, you're not gonna get it, because the fish gonna be, oh my god, that's not normally what I see down there. Depending on the water, of course. And I have also something for that will also work in the middle of the water, and maybe also this is also my favorite, pretty similar. It imitates the seal and it's red and silver. And I also have a little spinner here with some red boxes, small, and one silver one. I can almost guarantee I will get a fish with that now. And then you have the technique that is, normally I leave it there, I reel almost immediately and stop, reel immediately, and normally the fish should bite within seconds. If not, you probably should move on. Those colors I guarantee. I also have a yellow, a blue one and a white one on the ultralight, because if the weather is colder than it's super cold, it might be easier to get the fish on the blue one instead of the bronze, the red bronze. So it's kind of a temporary thing. If you're super late, yellow, red, orange could be best. If it's super dark, black they say, but I'm not entirely sure about that though. I have tried. I have gotten a lot of fish on warm days where it's yellow, orange lures, like something similar to let me see. Yeah, something similar. This is where I'm focusing on fishing, mostly for a pack raft or stuff. So if it's super late, this color will be good. I haven't got any fish on this, but I have gotten similar spinners that I have basically lost. Yeah, there. Yeah, there it is. This is my absolute. This is the one that I got a lot of trouts on. This is my ultimate weapon, I would say. And normally when it's super good weather, I use this and I get fish bites a lot. Mostly from abbor, that is not a carp. Ok Google, hva abbor på engelsk?
På engelsk det perch.
Perch.
Det noe annet du vil jeg skal oversette?
Nei takk. Google.
Den god. Jeg slutter å oversette.
Perch bites normally on that pretty fast. And sometimes trout too, but trout is more intelligent fish, I would say. And I have a super big one that I normally just keep at home with some wobblers and stuff that I just bought and I haven't tried recently. Some has fly. I almost look every time I see some spinner for a fly, I buy them, even though it's super cheap. Because perch probably bite them. I even have a frog, a big frog that some dude sold me for getting the pike. That's where before I got the big pike, on 4 kilos pike on the expedition. If you haven't seen that on the video there, you can see the expedition where I got that fish. My fishing knife is the titanium Avalon. This is from that hunting dude. It has 2 blades. This one is pretty good for skinning. The other one is pretty good for maybe some woodworking or firing of the light. It's been great. Normally use like you've seen, to get out the lure from the teeth, just to avoid making too much damage to a fish. And please man, if you are a fisherman, and you're gonna keep the fish, don't throw it on the boat and let it to slowly die, man. Kill it. Use your power, your muscle, and kill it immediately, because you want the fish. If you are fishing the fish, you have to have some feelings for the fish, some respect for the fish that nature brings you, because it's more to nature than you think. And I see people, especially, I'm not gonna name with kind of group or nationality, but I see people on the shore here fishing all day, and they throw the fish on a trash bag, and it nerves is hell. It has to be some feeling hell for that fish. I feel bad. Same with hunting. If you are hunting, do it in a respectable ways, like the natives done. You have to thank, like in freaking Avatar. You have to be respectful to nature. So if you get a fish, kill it immediately so it doesn't suffer. Right. So I think that's it, guys. I don't have much more to say. I think I've tell it all. So I hope you like this video, and the next video will be a camping video, so look for that, and thank you for watching. Bye.